fight here at Kingdom Arena. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the greatest all-time, won world titles in 5 weight classes, and he fights out of Wilmington, North Carolina.
It'll be ding-ding from first start. They're off.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner.
One of the hottest tickets around. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. He caught him with a left hook. Nice counter. Good punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Punch, counter punch. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Good counter punching. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How about that time counter shot? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he scores with the counter. Missing with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson. Here we go for round 2. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That hook just can't find the target. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Fantastic punch. That jab doesn't score. Good counter punch. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. That was almost a... There's the bell for round 3. round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. That counter punch caught him clean. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. The perfect counter lands. No rest for the weary. Well done with that counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Nice counter shot. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Beautiful counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They exchange punches. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice exchange here from both men. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. It's bombs away. Catch and shoot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. And there's the bell for round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. Nice counter punch right up the middle. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward seemingly with endless energy, John.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. the strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you, they want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill.
Low hold on a second, Johnny. Sugar Ray Leonard took a big shot and down he goes. Let's see that again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
That will do it. They want no more. So they will throw in the towel. The corner has stopped it. They won't be happy about that, but... El Nino de... It's the Pac-Man. 8 division...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Barinas, Venezuela, a renowned 3-division champion of the world, Jorge.
And this one has all of... And there's the bell for round 1. That jab doesn't score. He threw a punch and just got countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They're giving us a high-tempo show. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. The audience absolutely right on top of you in this very special environment here.
God, I love theatres. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches actually echo. If you're not fighter coming in, and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know the pressure is going to be on.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. The Venezuelan is rocked. And in the trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. And there's the bell for round 2. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here. Oh, my goodness, Johnny! Jorge Linares is in some serious trouble. Disaster averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What a time when it goes to the corner. How are they going to get through this?
Back and forth they go. This fight has a real good flow to it. This counter puncher is going to hold that thought. Pacquiao is rocked. How did they not go down?
Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nature of the beast, no collision in the cage. When you visit, get the leave in the distance and it's sacred. Set your expectations, hope you made your reservations. Till I land and you face it, what you tasting. Advertise and display it, know the heart that you made it. It's an art when I draw, you should save it. Download it on your playlist. Really hoping that you lose. Really hoping that you choose that I'm teaching like in school, that I'm really about to use. I'm a fighter. I am everything you fear. Ask your questions. I'm the answer. I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing for you, expectations loud and clear. I'm aggression, I'm a fighter. I am everything you fear. Till it's already too late. It's upon us and it's doomsday. As I flex what a winner said.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to...
Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most skilled boxers to ever lace up the gloves. The incomparable Arturo Gatti, fighting out of Quebec, Canada. This New Jersey fight. So much hype surround. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. They better start respecting each other's punching power. They're both trying for a knockout. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Got him with a left jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Do you believe what we are seeing? Do you believe this? Nice counter punch right up the middle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope...
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
With that jab. Well done with that counter shot. Jab misses. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. And a round that seemed like an Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest up.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. Oh, my word. God, he just got caught. punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
A perfect counter shot. Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. But get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Beautiful counter punch. And he scores with the counter. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be. Back at it in round 4. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
That jab misses. Good counter punch. There's a counter shot. They both want the knockout. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Wow, God, he just got clipped. How did they not go down?
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Stamina is off the charts. Just misses with that uppercut. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that. Back into the fray here in round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Just missed with that jab. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
They exchange punches. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And they figure out the combination to this stage.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The only fear you have with this lightweight is has he punched himself out? You don't want to trade shots. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? This is the beginning of round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
The jab doesn't quite connect. And forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They miss with the jab. That jab won't score. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Swing and a miss with the jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knock. And there's the bell for round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
We both know who the... Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Good job stopping that uppercut. So much much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Nice counter shot. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. So it's plan B time. There's the bell to start round 8. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
You've got to waste time. Get stuck behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Need to turn this around halfway through.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight to Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because...
Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Will you continue?
No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. This...
Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't wanna be ya. Them man ain't got this energy, do ya? I cannot feel that vibe going through ya. Flat battery like my dead computer. Told them once and I tell them again.
And here we are at Cambrian Hall as the giant chandelier provides light for what should be a fantastic showdown. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape, Terrence Bud Crawford. And here he is in the flesh, Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it. Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
All the talking. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. That jab misses. How about that time counter shot? Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Swing and a miss for that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Crawford got hit hard and down he goes. And you can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
I need to see...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You okay?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe, or do they play defense here?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
That got Crawford in trouble. And down goes Crawford. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
A shot from the gods took an...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your blood.
A borderline disastrous round, but he's still... There's the bell for round 2. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Holding nothing back here in the round. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Crawford is dazed. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to... On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And he scores with the counter. That punch is beginning to take its toll. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good counter punch. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. Beautiful counter punch. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter shot. Nice counter shot. Looking to land the hook. Punching. Swing and a miss with that hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That bell could... There's the bell to start round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. There's a counter shot. They exchange punches. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Terence Crawford, do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen.